You've seen her in production. You've seen her during her sea trials. And now the world has seen her at the Monaco Yacht Show. So we joined her as she left the world's most prestigious yacht show so that you too can enjoy this astonishing yacht. Ocean Angel. In this video, we'll be showing you all the way through the layout of the yacht,
digging into her technical features,
giving you a glimpse of her incredible interior design,
and even showing you under the hood inside the engine room.
Well, Katia, stereotypes would dictate that you're the one that shows all the pretty, fluffy stuff on board, while I, being a man, I show the technical side in the engine room and talk about the range and such like. But actually you attended the sea trial on this yacht, so you're better prepared than me to talk about the technical side. Tell me about the sea trial.
Well, she performed beautifully during that sea trial in Chioggia. Hopefully you can tell from some of the footage from episode 2 that she's a very stable and seaworthy yacht. And hopefully you can see today as well that some of the other yachts around us are maybe rolling a little bit, but I think we feel very grounded, very stable here. And I think it reminds me of something that you said in episode 1. You told me that Ocean King builds ships first and foremost, and I think that really nails it, because not only is this a very stable, seaworthy vessel, I also think they really nailed things like the volumes. I mean, the volumes on this yacht, they're incredible, aren't they? So I think, you know, they've created a boat that's very trustworthy and reliable, but doesn't scrimp on a thoughtful design and luxury features. One element of that thoughtful design is this aft deck arrangement, which is slightly elevated to give you this great sunbathing and relaxing area here. And then a few steps down, you have your dining space, which is recessed to give you slightly increased privacy when you're in port. And one of those luxury features is this plunge pool. So it's about 6.5 cubic meters of water. It can be fresh or salt water. And the engineer was telling me that initially they had this special hydro massage system installed, but it ended up being too big for the yacht. So they redesigned it, made it smaller, but the owner still found it too powerful. So what the shipyard was able to do is they added another pump, they added an inverter, and they managed to give this pool 3 different power levels so the owner could find the power level that was suitable for them. And I think that really goes to show the level of customization that Ocean King is able to achieve.
Inside the yacht, and the attention to interior design that we mentioned in a previous video is very evident indeed. The steps down to the main salon from the aft deck give you a feeling of entering the belly of the vessel. Surrounded by full height windows, light floods in to reveal just how much thought has gone into this aspect of the project. Further forward, and past the central lobby area with a day head, there's one on every deck by the way, we find the owner's stateroom. And here, as with the guest cabins below deck, I think the best thing I can do is to just leave you to enjoy looking around them in peace. On the upper deck, the owner of this yacht has decided to put an enclosed dining area where some would prefer a sky lounge. And a very sophisticated and rather fun-looking DJ station faces 4 sun pads all facing aft. And just look at the view from here, not just the surrounding seascape, but also a stunning vantage point over the plunge pool and the main aft deck. This is probably a good time to mention that this particular yacht is not for sale, but my colleague Gabriele.Modica represents the shipyard for new projects. This particular model is called the Doge. They also produce a model called the Ducali. In fact, you may have seen a video of a yacht called VAYUS that we published that Gabriele represented and in fact went on to sell. I'll put a link to that on the screen and also a link in the description below. The shipyard are flexible. If you want to have a dining area out here and a sky lounge there, you can do that. If you want to have this as a lounge area and put maybe the owner's stateroom in there, you can do that too. It's a little bit more complex, but the point is that if you decide to build at Ocean King, you tell them the layout that you want and they will work with you so that you can get it. The same is true of the sun deck. If you're building a new yacht for yourself, there is plenty of scope for modification. Although I have to say that I would find it hard to improve upon this. There is a second plunge pool up here, a helm station, quite unusual for a yacht of this size. And this central bar becomes a wonderful table for dining and slides across to reveal everything you need for a Tuscan tagliata fresh off the barbecue. There's a dub waiter up here, a day head, space for sunbathing, and when you go down the hatch to the side of the helm station,
you find the bridge. Now, this is the beating heart of the yacht, the nerve center, if you will. You can see you have great space, great visibility, and part of the reason that you have so much space to play with is because they've put the staircase to the side rather than have it come straight down. Also here you have access to the captain's cabin. Now the captain's cabin is such a fantastic size. I've rarely seen a captain's cabin that is so well configured before on a yacht of this sort of length. Just further forward you have a Portuguese bridge, a sun pad spread, and those sun pads lift up, and below that you have storage, including for a jet ski. And then just further forward of that you have a little well for the anchor chain. Down one deck, you have your galley. Now, this is primarily a crew space, but the owner can also use it as a guest area. It is set up for both. And it's also set up for adventure and exploration, with these big, huge fridges and freezers for storing everything you need for a long voyage. Down one deck again, you have your crew space, which has a generous crew mess and 3 crew cabins. This is not a bad size at all for a 40-metre boat. On this same level, we have the engine room. This yacht has twin Caterpillar C32 1,400 horsepower engines that together give her a range of about 5,000 nautical miles. This yacht also has 3 generators. 2 of them are 100 kilowatts, one is just 40 kilowatts. That's an optional add-on, and it is the night generator. Now, you may remember in our second episode, we were talking about this yacht becoming IMO Tier III compliant, and I'm happy to say that she does indeed have that certification now, meaning she's able to cruise in some more environmentally sensitive areas like Norway, where perhaps you need slightly reduced NOx emissions. And now here we are in the beach club, where we have a day head, a small sauna, and a shower room. So you may be able to see we have a crane in the ceiling here. That's certified for about 1.5 tons, and the tender size that you can fit in here is a little over 6 meters. There's a cradle for the tender in the middle here. This shell door folds down for very simple launch and retrieval.
It's quite a beach club, isn't it? Do you think you get to a size where the yacht is maybe too small to have a beach club in it?
I think absolutely yes, but actually this is probably the perfect size. I mean, it's very well configured. You have your leisure facilities here. You also have, storage for the sea bobs. It's very well laid out.
Yeah, it's not at all claustrophobic, is it?
No, it's really not.
It's a nice sense of space, and I'm so happy for Gabriele. I think he's the perfect person to represent this brand. I mean, he's extremely technically orientated in his way of thinking. He knows how a yacht should be built. He's Italian, so a great conduit between an Italian shipyard and whoever ends up building the next yacht with them. But also, I've got to say this for the sake of the viewers that are watching who think of going to Chioggia where this is built. All of Italy is well known for the great food, right? But Chioggia is extraordinary. And Gabriele recommended us a whole load of restaurants. We ended up going with Slava to La Baia dei Porci in Chioggia, which was so memorable. You went there as well. Where did you go to eat?
Yeah, I went to the same place.
No, you didn't.
You want me to tell the viewers that I went to McDonald's?
You went to McDonald's. Slava, you traitor, went to McDonald's. I can't believe you go to Italy, you have a happy meal. You could have had calamari, pesce cotto sotto, and there was so much great stuff, and you had a happy meal. And what was it, pistachio McFlurry?
I had a pistachio McFlurry, and it was delightful.
Seriously though, what kind of profile of people do you see being happy to work with Ocean King?
Well, I think the beauty is that they build in steel and aluminium, so they can do pretty much whatever the buyer wants. But specifically for them, I think a buyer has to be very serious about exploration, adventure, getting off the beaten path. Maybe they have a family, they have young kids, and they want a boat that feels trustworthy, seaworthy, something that feels very safe. I think that really is the priority with Ocean King, is creating these really sea-going, ocean-defying vessels.
I like the ocean defying. I think that's something that they should use in their marketing. And actually, as you and I were talking before, that word of robustness kept coming up. And it made me realize that a lot of yacht manufacturers who've been building smaller fiberglass boats and have now ventured into the world of big steel and aluminium yachts are yacht builders who are now trying to build ships. And what I really liked about Ocean King is that they are ship builders. That's their background, who are now entering into the arena of yachts. So I think that makes them a very special shipyard.
Absolutely, it helps them really stand out in the marketplace, obviously.
So viewers watching the video who are interested in more information, what would you recommend?
Well, I recommend that they get in contact with Gabriele directly, and we will put his details on the screen for you to send him an email, give him a call. I'm sure he'd be very happy to take you out to Chioggia, show you the sights, show you the shipyard.
And the restaurants.
And the restaurants. Don't come to me for that. I will send you to McDonald's.